Look, I couldn't resist. I hope Louie Gohmert was that is Louie Gohmert on your screens right now, Republican from Texas. I hope you were watching and listening to that, Louie. Were you?
I was, absolutely. I loved it. It's great.
Excellent. Okay.
And you're so right. Stuart, listen, TSA is projecting that flights will be up 4% over what they were last year, and still not near what they were in 2007. We're still not close to that. But they're projecting lines of 400% and 500% longer just because of a 4% potential increase in traffic. It is outrageous. But, Stuart, I have not made this public before, but this week I'd gotten a solicitation. It's a request for proposals from the Metropolitan Washington Airports Authority. This is for contractors to furnish all necessary labor, material, tools, equipment, supervision to provide unarmed security guard services at Washington Dulles International Airport. And here's the requirement on citizenship. You got to be at least 21 years of age and legally eligible for work in the United States of America at the time of employment. But the authority reserves the right to require proof of eligibility on request. So we're not going to make you produce it originally. So if you're one of the Syrian refugees, maybe you're the guys from ISIS, you just have to be able to show something in case we ever ask. You don't have to be a citizen to provide security at our airports. You just, you know, over 21, and of course it makes us feel better if you look like you're a Syrian refugee, because that makes us look all-inclusive. This is insane.
Yes, but what did you expect? I mean, what do you expect?
I didn't expect that.
There's more than that.
At our airports, I didn't expect that.
You can never get rid of it. You can never make it efficient. I mean, you're a top guy in Congress. You've got power. You've got clout. But there's nothing you can do about this, is there?
Well, there is if we'll stand up and take a stand. And I hope the American people will get angry enough that even some of the reluctant Democrats will have to stand up and say, yeah, we got to take a stand. Even our constituents are going nuts over this. Republicans and Democrats alike need to let everybody, especially the Senate, because we'll address it in the House, but the Senate is the problem that defends the president, keeps action from happening. Senators have got to know you're not going back unless you fix this problem. It is an outrage. And lest we forget, I mean, I was a judge. I was on the bench, Chief Justice, but when the federal government decided to privatize all the security at the airport, you remember this big push, we got to do this for the good of the country. They hired all of the private security guards except for those 100 or 200, if I recall correctly, who didn't graduate from high school. There was no change. There was no improvement. You just moved the private sector employees over and made them government union employees, which makes them less accountable.
Well said,
it's really an outrage, and that's why they're so protected.
I've got a Chrysler Town and Country van, and I'm going to get out there and drive. That's what I'm going to do. Louie Gohmert, everybody.
I love driving as well.
Yeah, it's good, isn't it?